I'm Ashley Kyle.
And I'm Bob Spicer.
And this is your Lake of the Ozarks news update, brought to you by Lake TV and LakeExpo.com and sponsored by Yacht Club Powersports and Lake Sunrooms.
And today we're going to be talking about medical marijuana in Missouri.
No-wake laws on the lake.
How the local real estate market is doing.
A new record for shootout donations.
And Lake TV goes to a classic country music jamboree.
Plus, we'll have boating tips with Bob's No-Wake Zone and a look at events coming to the lake this weekend. That's after a message from Yacht Club Powersports.
It's time to have some fun on land with Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides available at Yacht Club Powersports of Osage Beach. New and used models available. Come and check out the all-new models to get you ready for the fall. Yacht Club Powersports is the only authorized Can-Am dealer at the Lake of the Ozarks. Have some serious fun with the Can-Am Maverick Max or check out the Outlander 1000 XMR. Stop by Yacht Club Powersports, your Can-Am and Sea-Doo provider of mid-Missouri.
They sometimes like to refer to it as BG. No, not the Bee Gees, rather Before Garth, as the Genuine Country Music Association held their annual Jamboree over the weekend at Lodge of the Four Seasons. Proceeds from the Jamboree go to the Scholarship Fund at State Fair Community College. College President, Dr. Joanna Anderson.
You know, it's a tremendous event because the donors have helped us fund scholarships for our lake campus. We serve over 450 students down here, and those students are going to benefit from the scholarship dollars that are raised through the Genuine Country Music Association. And it's just grown and gotten bigger and better, and we really appreciate the Farrells. Lynn Farrell is on our foundation board. She's been a tremendous asset to the college and has really put all of this together.
This year's Jamboree hoped to raise $25,000 for the scholarship fund. We'll keep you posted. Bob Spicer for Lake TV.
Medical marijuana could be on the 2016 ballot in Missouri. Last week, petitions were filed with the state to put the issue on the ballot, and now 160,000 signatures are needed to put it in front of Missouri voters. If it passes, Missouri would join 23 other states allowing physicians and patients this medical marijuana treatment option. The law would still prohibit anyone from using marijuana in public and for operating a vehicle while under the influence of it. To learn more about the petition, visit newapproachmissouri.com.
Well, pot may be legal someday in Missouri, but authorities say a local man jumped the gun a little. The Lake Area Narcotics Enforcement Group seized a marijuana growing operation in Horseshoe Bend last week. They also found 9 ounces of marijuana, prescription drugs, and some drug paraphernalia. 35-year-old Joshua Marcus was arrested at the scene and now faces 2 felony drug charges.
Missouri representatives for the lake area say they want to hear from the public about the no-wake zones at the lake. Several boating incidents and injuries were blamed on large boat wakes this summer, and some residents complain about the wakes that damage docks and boat lifts. After the lake flooded in July and was under a no-wake restriction, some boaters and homeowners have called for occasional no-wake days or expanded no-wake zones. Representatives David Wood, Diane Franklin, and Rocky Miller say they'll hear from residents this fall as they consider any legislative fix to the issue.
A Gravois Mills man drowned in the lake last weekend. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, the body of 54-year-old Mark Hugovran was found around the 6-mile marker of the Gravois Arm on the afternoon of October 9th. Authorities say they don't suspect foul play. Autopsy results still pending.
It was a tragic weekend on land, too. A 4-car crash killed a Versailles woman and injured 7 others on Saturday, October 10th. The Highway Patrol says the crash happened when a Suburban crossed into oncoming traffic on Highway 50 and collided with a semi-truck. 2 people were thrown out of the Suburban. One of them, a 7-year-old girl, was seriously injured. 31-year-old Carissa Ryden was pronounced dead at the scene. All 7 people were taken to University Hospital for treatment.
There are more than 500 certified realtors around the Lake of the Ozarks, so that means plenty of people are asking how the real estate market is doing. And at this year's annual real estate symposium, RE/MAX Lakes of the Ozarks CEO Frank Christensen said he was surprised by how well the market has performed in 2015. Transactions are up by 8%, volumes increased by 10%, and that goes against Christensen's prediction last year when he forecast a sluggish market for 2015. Realtors say developments in retirement living, a booming marine industry, and strong business growth around the lake are good signs for even better days ahead.
The Lake of the Ozarks Shootout is all about pushing the limits, and while last year's new record speed may not be broken for a while, or ever. The race hit new heights in fundraising for local charities in 2015. Last year, the shootout raised $125,000. That increased by 40% this year, with a grand total of $175,000 raised for more than 20 local charities and fire districts. The event's largest sponsors are Performance Boat Center and Showcase Publishing, and their donations amounted to nearly half of overall funds raised. Charities and fire districts receive money based on the amount of hours volunteered at the shootout on behalf of their organizations.
U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service estimates the number of North American ducks will be at a record high of 49.5 million for fall hunting, but the Missouri Department of Conservation says that doesn't necessarily mean the hunting will be good. Local habitat conditions, weather, migration timing, all the main factors affecting Missouri's upcoming 60-day duck season. Weather could be the biggest factor. Without any strong cold fronts, ducks will spread across the Midwest as they migrate, and Missouri won't see as many. The Conservation Department says if it's a mild fall, hunters should be flexible and try different locations and time their hunt with a cold front. In central Missouri, duck season begins November 7th, goes through January 5th. Coming up, boating tips with Bob's No Wake Zone and events at the lake this weekend you don't want to miss. And that's after a word from Lake Sunrooms in Sunrise Beach.
Aren't these sunrooms beautiful and functional? For 15 years, Lake Sunrooms in Sunrise Beach has been building sunrooms like these for our satisfied customers here at Lake of the Ozarks.
I'm Mike Mormon, owner of Lake Sunrooms. I want to take a minute to thank you for making Lake Sunrooms the success that it is. I love Lake of the Ozarks and hope you do too. Stay in touch with us on Facebook, and to all our customers, past and future, thanks from Lake Sunrooms.
Let's talk life-saving devices like the PFD, Personal Flotation Device. Federal law requires that a wearable PFD is required for each person on board, regardless of vessel length. In Missouri, all vessels 16 feet and longer must carry one U.S. Coast Guard approved PFD for each person on board. Children under 7 years of age must wear a U.S. Coast Guard approved life jacket at all times while on board any vessel, unless that child is confined in a totally enclosed area of a vessel, such as a cabin area in a houseboat or a day cruiser. Now, the main thing about PFDs is that they must be readily accessible. They must also be in good and serviceable condition and of proper size for the intended wearer. Sizing depends on body weight and chest size. Now, for PWCs, each person riding must wear a Type 1, 2, 3, or 5 PFD. Okay, what do those numbers mean? Well, Type 1 and 2 are those orange type life vests like this one. And Type 1 is for offshore wear. It will turn most unconscious persons face up in the water. Type 2 is for more calm conditions or near shore. They may not turn some unconscious wearers face up in the water. Now, Type 3 is the vest or fully sleeved jackets, and they're pretty comfortable. You'll see most PWC or jet ski riders wearing this type of PFD. Type 4, we should mention, are these throwable type devices, which are required on all vessels 16 feet in length or longer, and they must be readily accessible. Now, there's that word again. Check marine stores or online to find out more information on PFDs. There are a lot of new designs out on the market now. Some inflate when you enter the water automatically. Some must be manually inflated. To be sure to check that off and make sure they have that U.S. Coast Guard approval on them. Well, that's today's boating tip. I invite you to listen to Bob's No Wake Zone boating radio show Saturday mornings 7 to 8 on News Talk KRMS. Until next time, we'll see you out on the lake.
The circus is in town for one day only on Thursday, October 15th. The Kelly Miller One Ring Circus is at Ozarks Amphitheater in Camdenton. Tickets are $12 for adults, $6 for kids, and children under 2 get in free. The event is sponsored by the Optimist Club, and there will be 2 shows, one at 4:30 and one at 7:30.
You can catch a new play this weekend at the Sunrise Beach Little Theater on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Local thespians will perform a new comedy called Paper Daddy. Show starts each night at 7 p.m. Wonder what that's about.
Apple Butter Days are at the Camden County Museum this weekend on Friday and Saturday from 9 to 4. Come shop for crafts, check out demonstrations, and find lots of apple butter and apple pie, of course. Apple Butter Days is free and open to the public, and a lunch of chili and soup is available for a donation.
Well, we made a mistake last week when we told you about the annual Take a Kid Fishing Derby. It's actually this Saturday at Public Beach number 2. We originally said it was last weekend. We're sorry about that, but maybe a few folks got some pre-fishing done. This Saturday, bring your own rod and reel and a kid, and worms and hooks are provided. Have a great time fishing with a special kid in your life, and you can even consult with fishing pros who will be there by volunteers. and help out. Hot dogs and refreshments will be available too.
On Sunday, the Ozark Jazz Society is hosting the Liberty Jazz Band at Osage National Golf Resort. The dinner buffet starts at 5. That's $15 if you want to eat. The music begins at 6:30. Admission is $10 for society members and $12.50 for non-members.
Also on Sunday, Old Kinderhook Golf Resort hosts the Fall Showdown Golf Tournament. It's a two-person scramble, and there's a pro division for the serious competitors. Cost is $200 per team, and lunch will be provided.
This has been your Lake of the Ozarks News Update.
Thanks for watching us on Charter Cable Channel 197, Como Connect Channel 90, and watch us anytime, of course, on mylaketv.com, and we'll see you next time.